What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be doing another overall market update, looking at the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ Composite. And we're going to talk about one trade that I made today. And judging off what's on the screen right now, I'm sure you guys can guess what trade I made today and what ETF I was able to trade. So before we do get into the topic of today's video, for all of you new viewers out there, my name is Stas, and I make videos dealing with swing trading, day trading, long-term investing, and my personal philosophies and strategies when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market. So for those of you guys who want to learn more about that, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and join our Discord group chat as well as our Facebook group, and feel free to follow me on Instagram as well as on Twitter. All of those are linked down below in the description box. And if you guys want to be in contact with our community and me personally throughout the entire day, join that Discord group chat, guys. We have about 250 members in there talking about stocks, trading, news, investing, strategies throughout the entire day. So if you guys want to be a part of it on Discord, again, all of those links are down below in the description box. So before we do get into my UGAZ trade today, let's take a look at the overall stock market, and it was a pretty bloody day today, guys. The Dow Jones was down about 500 points at one point. I believe it was down about 2% at one point. Not a crazy red day, but still a pretty sizable red day in terms of the Dow Jones today and the overall stock market. So pretty much, guys, in terms of technicals today, the Dow Jones was downtrending all day, pretty much until about 2 o'clock with 2 hours left in the market, where it was able to pop up here, break above the simple moving averages, both this 50-day SMA and the 180 SMA, closing off the day with a, slight reversal pattern, right? This could be viewed as a reversal pattern closing the day, which is a decent sign, guys, that we could potentially have a bounce back day tomorrow. But again, it doesn't mean 100% that we will have a bounce back day tomorrow. But the fact that we are closing, out of this resistance point today is a pretty good sign. The overall markets were pretty bad today due to the tech stocks being crushed, right? We saw Netflix had a very bad day today. Apple had a very bad day today. Facebook had a pretty bad day today, guys, down about 5%. Let's just take a look at these very quickly. Apple down about 4%. Square got crushed today, down about 11%. Netflix down about 5%. So you guys get the trend here. Amazon down 5%. I'm sure Google got crushed as well, right? 3%, close to 4% down in terms of Google. It was a pretty bad day today across all of the tech stocks. A bunch of large cap stocks just got crushed, guys, dragging the entire market down. And the S&P had a pretty rough day as well, down about 1.6% at the close, down about 2% at the lowest of the day. And, again, this one was downtrending in price all day pretty much until we closed off, on this upwards push above the simple moving averages, heading off at about 2 o'clock with 2 hours left in the overall market. So if we take a look at the 180 chart here, we were talking about how the overall markets, the S&P, the Dow, and the NASDAQ, they were holding above these critical trend lines that we were able to draw in previous videos, and pretty much, guys, those were blown beneath of today. They broke obviously below that trend line here, and now we're pretty much heading down with the resistance point, or actually the next support point being at about $2,650. So if we're looking at technicals right now, guys, it's not looking too good in the overall stock market. We broke below a critical support level, and now the next support could potentially be, actually, the next one is probably at around 26.75. Then the next one after that's at about 26.35 if we're looking at the S&P 500. And if we take a look at the Dow Jones, guys, same thing here. We broke below this trend line here. We're holding the support nicely at about $25,000. But if tomorrow we have a red day, guys, we could see the Dow Jones potentially push back down to about mid-24,000 range. And, that could happen based off these technicals and based off the technical analysis that I've been able to do on the overall market. So let's take a look at this NASDAQ future, guys. According to this future right now, NASDAQ is down about $13.75, down about 0.2. So it wasn't hit as hard, but if we take a look at a little bit earlier in the day today, what this one was looking like, I'm sure, yep, it was selling off very strongly, right? We started off the day at about $6,900, sold off $300, and this is mostly due to Apple being crushed today, like we saw earlier, down about like 5% in terms of Apple, which obviously has a very big weight on the overall NASDAQ. So, in terms of the support level right now, guys, let's see if the NASDAQ's able to hold 6650 tomorrow. And if it doesn't, guys, if we break below, that's not a very good sign whatsoever. So overall, guys, the overall markets today were red. Tech stocks got crushed. Netflix, Amazon, Google, Apple, Facebook, the top five of the biggest stocks out there got absolutely hammered today. So that's what we're looking at in terms of the overall stock market. Let's take a look at what trade I made today, and that was in UGAZ. UGAZ, guys, this is the one that I've been trading pretty much every single day over the past week due to the insane volatility that we've been seeing in natural gas. So let's backpedal a little bit here. Let's take a look at natural gas today, and I'll show you guys exactly where I was able to pretty much get into this trade. So I drew out a couple of resistance points here, and this is while I was trading earlier today, and this is pretty much to show where where the next resistance point for natural gas was, and this just makes it easier for me to correlate it with UGAZ to see where I can end up selling my position in UGAZ. So what I was waiting for today, guys, was a break out of this resistance point of the 180 SMA before I was looking to trade what's it called? UGAZ. So we saw pretty much, pre-market hours, guys, we were downtrending in natural gas, right? And then once we saw this break above here, the break out of this 180 SMA, this is actually when I was able to take my initial position in UGAZ. And this is when, these resistance points that I was able to draw out helped very much, because once I saw, this pop up above here, I took my initial position. The next resistance was at about $4.58. And once I saw we were able to break that, hold above it as a new support, and then break above that again, that's where I was able to add even more money to my UGAZ position. And we noticed that this was having trouble to get past the resistance point here at about 462, but we broke above that eventually, and that's when I was able to add even more money to my position. And then I ended up selling right around here in the correlation of natural gas. I believe natural gas was at about 471-ish when I sold my UGAZ position. And let's see how that correlates over here to that UGAZ position. So like I said, guys, at about 10:30, that's when I ended up getting in due to the natural gas push above that 180 SMA on the one-day chart. We noticed that I got in at about 166, I believe, initial position. Got in again at about I think it was like 173 or something, 174-ish. Added a little bit more here at 180. That ended up taking my profits at about $188, close to where natural gas was at about what was it, like $4.71. So I think my average cost was in the 172 range. Was able to ride it up to about what did I say, guys, like 187, 188. So I was able to make a solid 8% profit today on just one trade in UGAZ. So pretty much, guys, I've been trading this one in and out over the past week, and you guys would know this if you've been watching these trading update videos, and it's been doing very well for me, been treating me very well. I've been waiting for the confirmation. I've been doing everything in terms of, the rules that I've set for myself, and, in trading, which means, waiting for that confirmation, the break above the simple moving averages, waiting for, a break above resistance points like we saw in natural gas, that I was able to draw out those resistance points. It's very important to draw out resistance points, because if you're able to break above those resistance points and hold above them, right, that means that those are new support levels, and that could be a better opportunity or another opportunity like you saw in my case to add more money into the position. So that's what I was able to do today, guys. Again, one trade, 8%. My daily goal is about 4 to 5%, so I pretty much almost doubled that daily goal today with just one trade, which is a very, very good sign. So what are we going to be doing for the rest of this week? What stocks are we watching for the rest of this week? So, overall, guys, the markets, like we talked about, have been ridiculously volatile. We saw a red day today, so I'm not really looking to swing trade any of these large cap stocks. I'm back to the way I was about a month ago, where there was a period in time where I was simply trading inverse ETFs and just these market ETFs. And that's back to the point where I am right now, guys. I'm in the point where, the overall markets, we're seeing these stocks selling off. The technicals are not looking good whatsoever. So I'm not really looking to swing trade any of these stocks. Well, day trading is a different scenario, right? I might day trade some of these if there's any bounce back potential, but as long as these trends are showing like a downtrending pattern, like we see with many of the stocks, let me just pull them up very quickly. Apple, downtrending pattern. Why would anyone want to swing trade this? It's like a falling knife. Facebook, it's not looking good whatsoever. Google, terrible. Amazon, just take a look at all these patterns, guys. These are not patterns that we want to swing trade. So, as of now, I'm going to be focusing mostly on UGAS and DGAS, as long as this natural gas commodity is as volatile as it is, because it's going to be offering a ton of profits for these UGAS and DGAS ETFs. I'm also going to be watching very closely these market ETFs, and I haven't talked about these in a couple of videos, but these are very important when the overall market is volatile, because if the overall market's volatile, guys, playing these ETFs here is going to work to your advantage, because today, TVIX is one that goes up a ton when the overall markets are selling off. So we saw today, guys, TVIX up 12% due to the market selling off very heavily. TQQQ is one to play if you think the markets are going to rebound and, go up in price, right? We obviously see this one was down 10% due to the markets getting hammered, right? SQQQ is another one that goes up when the overall markets are going down. So, as long as these markets are in the volatile stage that they've been in, going up 500%, or not percent, I wish, right? 500 points one day, down 500 points the next. As long as that is occurring, which it has been over the past month, TVIX, UVXY, and all these different market ETFs here are going to be absolutely fantastic plays. So, keeping it simple, guys, I'm going to be focusing on natural gas ETFs, all these inverse ETFs here. I know you guys can't see that because my head is there. Let me just move. Let me just put it here so you guys can see that. So, JNUG, LEBU, DRIP, UGAS, LABD, these have all shown awesome potential over the past couple of days, and just hopping in and out of the inverses based on how the overall market is doing is what I'm going to be doing, as well as trading the market ETFs that we talked about, and waiting to see if there's any potential bounce back intraday plays for these large cap tech stocks like Facebook, Netflix, Amazon, Google, Apple. So that's what I'm pretty much doing, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and join our Discord group chat, as well as our Facebook group. All of those are linked down below in the description box. And please, please, please do your own research, guys, when you're trading stocks, investing in stocks. Do not buy or sell based off of my opinion or anybody else's out there, because that's not how you're going to become successful over the long run. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great night. I hope you all had a fantastic trading day. Peace out.